Hi, loves. Hope you're doing well. I thought it would be a good idea to do this episode, kind of intimate episode, because the world is a little heavy right now. Um, I've actually stopped watching news because it's all too much sometimes. And I was kind of pondering. So I spent a lot of time pondering life, especially as I get older. I think about what I want to do with the rest of my life, what um, dreams, goals. I ask myself what the meaning of life is many times. Um, and One of the things that I wanted to sort of bring up today on this episode is, this notion that, especially growing up Dominican, growing up in a household of women, I always believed that I had to be strong. I remember that I had so much admiration for my mother and my sisters because I always saw them as the strong one. And I felt like the weak one. Um, and um, if you have siblings, um, especially we were three sisters, so I was the oldest. But I don't know, for some reason, things hit me differently, and I never felt like I was strong enough to withstand a lot of things. Anyway, growing up, I saw my mother, my sisters be so strong. Life would happen, and they were just pillars of strength. And I ask myself sometimes, what's the cost of being the strong one? I have found out as an adult. I have been through my share of stuff. We all have. And as everyone knows, I wrote A Journey to Becoming the Best Self after a divorce, triggered a depression. The depression was extremely difficult. Um, and as a single mom, I had to make sure that I was strong for my daughter, who was very young at the time. I remember at night, after I put her down, I'd go into the shower and I would literally sit in the shower, crouch in the shower, crouch down and cry and cry. I think that's where a lot of us moms cry, in the bathroom, in the shower. And I remember the despair and the pain that I felt. And the next day I'd wake up and I'd make breakfast and I'd be um, happy and try to be, just put on a happy face and be positive. But inside, um, I was kind of falling apart. And I think on and off, I have done that a good part of my life. I think a lot of us have, because as women, we are taught to hold down the fort, to be the strong one, to be the matriarchs, and we're the ones everyone depends on. Um, but the truth is, we're not as strong as we say we are we? I mean, we are strong because at the end of the day, shit gets done, and we handle our business, right? We take care of families, we take care of jobs, we take care of the business or whatever comes. We take care of it. But the truth is that we are also human and we are flawed. And sometimes it's really nice to lean on someone else for a change. So, a couple of years ago, and I think some of you have seen the episode, I was diagnosed with Graves' disease. And thankfully, I'm in remission. I went through almost, I guess, a year and a half of medication, and now my levels are normal. And I'm so grateful that I'm in remission. But I went through the graves and I lost my mom, and I it's been tough. It's been tough. You see people on social media, but you never know what's going on behind the scenes. So there's a lot of filters, there's a lot of smiling, but it's not always that way. It's not always great. Some days it's not so great. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every single moment because I am more resilient. I am more, I'd say, more in touch with who I am. And it's a growth process. It's a journey. Um, but I guess what I want to say is if you're feeling like you're exhausted and you're tired of being strong, I would say call a friend, call a family member, call someone and talk to them. I know I have a hard time opening up and letting people know that I'm just not feeling strong. But it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. And in fact, it's necessary. As humans, we need to sometimes let, especially women, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, but men go through some stuff too. So this is for men or women. I want to say lean on others and um, do something that, on any given day, do something for yourself. We're always doing things for other people. Do something for yourself. Treat yourself, whether it's treat yourself to that short walk in the park in nature, or I don't know, eat a bowl of ice cream if you want to, or have that glass of wine and take a nice bubble bath, or make your favorite meal. Watch a funny movie. You guys know, I love comedy. I can't get enough of comedy. Kevin Hart, he has gotten me through a lot of shit, I gotta tell you. We're all human. And I am here to tell you that there are going to be challenges. We're all going through them in some way, shape, or form, and we will continue to. But all these experiences bring the lessons and do make us more resilient. So you don't always have to be the strong one. It's okay to take a pause, recharge, reload, lean on others, and then go back to the mess. So whatever it is you're going through right now, just remember, pause, and you can go back to the mess at any time because it'll be there. So I just wanted to share that message today because I think there's just so much messiness out there. It's always nice to hear a positive message and know that you're not the only one, you're not alone. And my favorite line, which I got from someone very dear to me, this too shall pass. So just remember that. This too shall pass. On that note, I will talk to you soon, and stay strong. I'll say give yourself some grace. How about that? I will talk to you soon. Bye.